Good morning, guys. My name is Silvia Alvarez, and my parents are Henry Roman and Camila Moreno. Today, we will do a short presentation about our two reports. First, we want to introduce how the presentation will be divided. So, firstly, we will talk about the background of some policies and the government documents proposed by the National Ministry of Education. Then, we'll be discussing the objectives and the methodology we use. Third, we will present Prueba Saber 11. Fourth, some government documents. Fifth, some recommendations. And last but not least, we will draw some conclusions. So, without further ado, let's start with the background. So first, thanks to the Colombian Constitution, Colombia was for the first time recognized as a multilingual country. In 1994, Ley General de Educación was created. The purpose of this law is to promote the acquisition of a foreign language since the first year of primary school. Also, PEI was also created. In 1999, 5 years later, the foreign language curriculum guidelines are published by the National Ministry of Education. These guidelines see the learning of a foreign language as a way of getting to know another culture. In 2004, another policy is the National Bilingual Program that was born in 2004 and ended in 2019. In 2006, the MEN launched a document called Standards of Competence in Foreign Languages, English. This document proposes as a classification of the English level by taking into account the Common European Framework of Reference for Language Learning, as well as states on standards for all the skills. In 2016, MEN launched another important document as Derechos Básicos de Aprendizaje, Mallas de Aprendizaje de Inglés para Transición a Quinto Primaria, Anexo 15, Suggested English Curriculum. And from 2015 to 2025, the National English Program continues to exist as a Colombia very well by taking into account the consolidation of this initiative as a state policy. Now let's talk about our objectives and our methodology. First, the general objective. So, it's to analyze the Colombian curriculum for English at Santander School. The specific objectives are to analyze the English performance of Santander School on Prueba Saber 11 from 2017 to 2019 in relation to the performance of private schools and the national results. Also to analyze some documents as Lineamientos Curriculares, Derechos Básicos de Aprendizaje, and Guía 22 to the Malla Curricular of second grade from Santander School. Now the methodology. This report is an analysis of documents released by MEN to strengthen language learning and teaching in Colombia. Also, Prueba Saber 11 for results from 2017 to 2019 of Santander School. The data consists of documents as Plan de Área and Plan de Asignatura from second grade of Santander School. Such documents were provided by the teachers of the school. These documents are going to be compared with the MEN's in order to know whether the school is applying the MEN's recommendations and whether it is working or not. Now let's talk about Prueba Saber 11. Regarding English, Prueba Saber 11 follows the Common European Framework. Therefore, it is classified by levels A1, A2, B1. However, because the Colombian population do not achieve sometimes A1, it was decided to add minus A. Also, it is stated by men that students in 11th grade should have B1 level. However, it was decided to add B plus for a student who has a higher level of proficiency. Here you can see how the levels are classified depending on the score. From 0 to 47 equals minus A. From 48 to 57 equals A1. From 58 to 67 equals A2. From 67 to 78, B1. From 79 to 100 is B+. Also here you can see the 8 indicators of performance or the standards that each level has. Now let's see how Santander School scored from 2017 to 2019. Here in this table shows that throughout the years there has been an increasement regarding the English level of the students at Santander School. However, this improvement is not very meaningful because the amount of students between B1 and B+ is still very low. For instance, in 2017, the students that were situated in B1 correspond to 9%, which represents only 7 students, whereas only 1 student was situated in B+. Fortunately, the Colombian reality is similar to the school results. For instance, the performance of the Colombian citizenship is almost the same in all 3 years. The vast majority of Colombian people who took the test were placed between minus A and A1 level, and only 2% of the people who took the exam were placed between B1 and B+. This is really sad because in the standards that I showed in the previous slide, minus A, it is stated that they cannot even answer the question of less complexity of the test. Here you can see what is actually proposed by the Ministry of Education, the levels that for 11th grade you have to be in B1, but actually this is not met.